So hello everyone, so welcome again to this YouTube channel. So I hope everyone is doing good. So in this video, we are going to talk about the system.set property that we use before using WebDriver, before initializing Chrome driver. So why we use system.set property, what exactly it is. So we are going to talk in detail in this video. So let's get started. Right now I have a simple script of Selenium in which I just initialize the WebDriver and navigating to the Google page. Okay, so if you see here that before I launch the Chrome driver, I need to set the property of WebDriver and I need to give the location of a Chrome driver that we are using. Okay, so if I remove this part, okay, if I'm not setting the property, let's try to run it. Let's see what happens. See, it is giving me error. Let's see what exactly the error is. It is saying illegal state exception, the path to the driver exit. So it is saying that the driver path should be set by WebDriver Chrome driver. So it says that it is mandatory to set a path for a Chrome driver. So that's why it is mandatory to set a property of Chrome driver before you are running or launching a Chrome driver. Okay, so here you can see that I have 4 points which are clearly explaining that why we should use set system.set property. What is the need? What exactly this method defines? What exactly this method is all about? So first thing is, this method has nothing to do with Selenium. Okay, this is a Java's mechanism to set any property at the global level that so that you can use it on later phase. Okay, so this has nothing to do with the Selenium. Okay, so first thing is this. Second thing is that we have to pass this in this same fashion. Suppose you write a Chrome driver, Chrome in the starting and WebDriver later, and if you change the sequence, in a nutshell, if you change the sequence, again it will fail. Okay, so the reason that why we are using the set property. So if you can see here, we use this method because browser does not have inbuilt server to run the automation code. So let me explain you this in detail. Google that how Selenium interacts with browser. If I opened it, you see here that from Selenium language binding, it goes to first drivers, then goes to the real browser. So what exactly that point was saying is that because real browser does not have any inbuilt server to run the automation code, so that's why we need to have the browser drivers. So that's why we use Chrome driver or Firefox driver or Gecko driver, because the real browser does not have server on which we can run the automation code. So that is the main reason that we are using a driver. So as we just saw that the internal architecture of Selenium, that how it exactly works. Okay, so we use this method to set the path for the Chrome driver or whatever driver that we are using, because the browsers does not have built-in servers to run the automation code. Okay, the 4 point is that we need to set, we need Chrome or whatever driver that browser you are using, we have to use a specific driver for communicating Selenium code to the browser. So we need drivers if we want to communicate to the browsers. That is how Selenium works. Okay, so that's why we need to use system.set property. So these all are the 4 reasons that why we use system.set property. So now what if you don't want to use the system.set property? So what is the alternate? So let me show you that. So the alternate of that, if you don't want to use system.set property, because in that we need to write that in sequence, that WebDriver driver.chrome, whatever sequence it is, we need to learn that, we need to write it in the same sequence. If you don't want to use that, simply use WebDriver Manager API. So in this case, if you're using WebDriver Manager API, you do not have to use system.set property. And how exactly it works? So if you see the top right corner right now, so I have already made one video on WebDriver Manager API, so you can look into that video that from scratch, that how exactly it works. So that is the alternate of System.setProperty. So that's all from this video. Thank you very much.